my channel. My name is Nellie and I love, love, love to read, and it is about time that we get ourselves in the fall spirit. If you clicked on this video, you've obviously already seen the thumbnail. And for the next day or two, we are just gonna be having ourselves the ultimate fall bookish experience, if you will. We're gonna go shop for some fall decor. We're gonna make some amazing pumpkin muffins, literally my favorite recipe ever. We might do a little book browsing, and we will definitely be doing a little bit of reading. Honestly, the book that I chose to read is the inspiration behind this video, and that is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. This is probably my favorite book cover by far that I own. It is so beautiful. It's so nostalgic for this time of year, and I've heard amazing things about this book. It's time that I read it. Something else that will be done in this video is this book is going to be the final book that helps me reach my Goodreads goal of 170 books this year. I cannot believe that I've read that many books this year. It has definitely been a reading heavy year for me, and I wouldn't have it any other way, and I just feel like this is going to be the perfect way to satisfy that goal, and I'm just so excited to get into it, and I'm so excited to get into this video. So let's just, without further ado, jump right in. Sure.
My dad ordered online too.
No, the back of the book, like this, see?
Mom, they have apple ones too.
Do they really? So just got back from our little fall tiny shopping trip, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a haul. First things first, here's the thing. We were going in for all the fall vibes, and literally everywhere was decked out in crisp to the point that I could barely find anything that I was looking for. Well, really, I was going in for one specific thing. I really wanted to get like a little fall themed glass, you know, the type of glassware that I'm talking about, that it's sometimes a frosted glass or it's normal glass, but it has like these little cute little charms in the glass. I went to 2 different stores, and finally when I went to World Market, I ended up spotting some pumpkin glassware. I saw some ghost ones that I wasn't really loving because I wanted it to be a cup that I could still use in November, so past Halloween. The problem that I was having with the one that at World Market is that it was like the consistency and size of like an empty candle container, and I asked the person who worked there, I was like, is this to drink out of? And she was like, yeah, it's totally a drinking glass. But as I was holding it, I was just like, this is so chunky and so wide that I don't see myself comfortably drinking out of this cup. So finally, I was just like, I'm not going to spend $15 on a cup unless I'm absolutely in love with it. I ended up going to Home Goods, which was going to be my last stop, and they also were pretty much out of all of their fall stuff. They had a few Halloween decorations, but as far as glassware, they already moved into Christmas, and I found one that I almost ended up getting, which I'll show you right here. It was exactly what I wanted, except it was Christmas, and I walked all the way to the checkout with it in my hands, and then finally I was like, Nellie, what am I doing? I'm not going to buy something just to buy something, and it is far too early for me to be doing Christmas shopping. So I ended up not getting it, but I did end up getting a few other things that I figured I would share with you guys just for funsies. First off, I wanted to show you my little Target hack if you have kids, because if you have kids, they're probably always begging to go into Starbucks and basically just asking for you to get them a cake pop. At least that's what my kids do. And cake pops at Target are even more expensive than they are at Starbucks. They're like $4 or $5 a piece at our Target. Well, a friend shared a hack with me that if you go to their bakery, you can get 4 to 6 cake pops for the price of 1 cake pop at Starbucks. So right now they had their Monster Mash vanilla cake pops, which you can see my kids are already eating those right now. But yeah, 6 for the price of like 1.5 cake pops at Starbucks. It's just a no-brainer. And then we have some for the week if we want to do little treats. As far as scents, I ended up getting a little apple scented broom. I like that it's small because it's not going to be so overwhelming. I feel like right now, since we downsized, our space is much smaller, and I think a cinnamon broom would actually send all of us into a coma. Like, we would not be able to breathe. So I just got a tiny little one. I honestly don't even think I'm going to open the bag because it smells well enough without it. Maybe I will, I'm not sure. It would be cute to hang it on like a little hook, maybe next to my apron or something like that. Other than that, I did end up getting our jars of pumpkin, which I'm about to make some pumpkin muffins for tomorrow for breakfast. And then lastly, as you can probably see in the frame, I just got my kids these little kind of like cheesy puff popcorn, a little bit healthier type thing. Wow, I'm describing that horribly. But they had their little Halloween version of it, and I thought it would be good just for packing lunches. So we ended up getting this as well. So that was pretty much it for a little fall haul. I am disappointed about the cup, but I'm just trying not to buy things without a purpose, and if I'm not super in love with it. So it is what it is. Maybe we'll find one later in this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start on the pumpkin muffins, and I just downloaded Spotify because I really want to listen to this on audio while I'm doing some baking. Especially since my kids are playing, I'm like, this is the perfect time for me to pop this in. Sometimes, as you can probably see in the earlier clip, it's kind of hard for me to get reading done when my kids are awake. I don't want them to think that I'm ignoring them. Sometimes I do tell them like, hey, I'm just gonna have some time to read, but I wanna make sure that I'm present. But since they're having a good time right now, I'm gonna put my headphones on and I'm gonna listen to a little bit of this. I'm not far enough in to really comment on it much. All I can really say is we're just being set up for exactly what it said on the back. We have our female main character who is at her mom's funeral, and her ex-husband is with her. Nobody in her family knows that they've gotten divorced, and it's just because it's been a bad time. Obviously, her mom had a heart attack, and her divorce was happening in the middle of it. And her ex-husband just like announces it to the family in the worst possible way, leaves her behind with the fallout of that. And then at the funeral, she sees this like very attractive dad who makes eye contact with her. She thinks that he's married, so I don't think she really thinks anything of it. And he has these two girls, and he's grieving. She doesn't know him, but he and quote unquote wife are grieving her mom. But her mom apparently was somebody who was big in the community that she lived in, and so she didn't know everybody at the funeral because some of them were from like her mom's community in Copper Run, Vermont. And that is all we know so far. I've really just read the opening scene, but I'm going to listen to it and take you guys along while I bake some pumpkin muffins, and then hopefully I'll get a better summary for you guys. I cannot believe a plate of these muffins is already gone, but they turned out so good. I always make some little ones for myself without chocolate chips
because in my mind I'm like, you know what, I can eat more of them throughout the day, feel a little less guilty when they're this tiny. I don't know if it makes sense, but in my mind it makes sense. I ended up going on a little late night Barnes & Noble trip, as you guys saw, by myself. I feel like nothing says fall like a little fall book browsing time to myself. I ended up going a little bit before bedtime. My husband and I have been really good lately about giving each other intentional time, just like away at night. He normally chooses to go play pickleball, and for me, sometimes I'll just like either go out with my friends or I'll go out for some alone time. And it's just nice to be able to go do one of my favorite things by myself. I'm normally going with my kids, and that just makes it a whole different experience, but it was so fun. I didn't end up getting any books. I was very close to getting Holly by Adeline Grace because I've recently read and loved the Belladonna trilogy, but I think I'm gonna save that for more of a Christmas time video because it is a Christmas novella. I also wanted to give you guys a little update on If It Makes You Happy. This book is so good. I am a little over halfway through. I ended up staying up last night for a while, just reading in my bed, having that be like a little cozy atmosphere. And I'm getting pumpkin muffin on these pages. It is so good. I'm getting 5-star feelings, which is absolutely crazy for me to be saying about a seasonal romance. I don't normally have the greatest ratings for seasonal romances. I feel like they get really cheesy. I just don't connect with the characters very well. And in this one, the highest compliment that I can give it is that the characters in this are reminding me of my favorite contemporary romance of all time, which is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. And I don't say that in a way that I'm like, oh, these characters are exactly the same. I just mean the depth of love that I'm feeling for these characters that I felt for Justin and Emma, I'm feeling for Michelle and Cliff in this. I feel like Cliff is just the ultimate book boyfriend that you would want. He really does remind me of Justin a little bit. He's just so heartwarming. He's so easygoing. He always has a smile on his face. Like, he's so amazing to be around. His personality and his kind nature is just so infectious. He always has a joke ready. And then on the other hand, our female main character, Michelle, she's much more reserved, more of like a stoic person. And throughout the first half of this book, they are just becoming like best friends. Obviously, Cliff is a single dad, but he is a pillar in the community. He is such a great guy. He's the guy that walks down the road and everyone says hi to. He's just very intentional about taking time to talk to everybody. And Michelle, as she's running the inn, has realized that the people who are coming to this bed and breakfast are wanting more from her as a manager. Like, they're wanting someone like that. They're wanting someone that will come talk to them, sit, have breakfast with them. And so she is not like that by nature, so she ends up going to Cliff and asking if he can help her out. And on top of that, he's giving her baking lessons because he's a baker and she's supposed to supply like just baked goods for breakfast at obviously this bed and breakfast. So it's just really cool to see them coming closer and closer, and Cliff is just so gentle with her, and I just love that dynamic. He asks her questions about herself, and at the beginning, she's always just kind of very closed off, but because of his nature, he's just like cutting through to her center, and she finds herself opening up with him in a way that she hasn't before. And I think the thing that I love the most about this book is that there are many places where this author could have taken the same route as every other like contemporary romance, and she hasn't, and I appreciate that. I was trying to explain this to my husband last night because Cliff keeps feeding her like pastries, like keeps coming with a new pastry. He's trying to find without asking her what her favorite pastry is, and he can tell by like her reactions. I feel like a lot of romance books, they always make things like that just very, very much about lust. So, for example, the MMC is always watching the FMC, and the way that she moans while she's eating, it's just like very lustful and like makes him think about certain things. And I've been waiting for that to happen. That has not happened, and I really appreciate that because there have been lots of different times where that could have happened. I just feel like she could have gone very cookie cutter, and I feel like she's just being very true to her characters and very true to the story and really just focusing on their friendship instead of just taking cheap shots and making this just like all about lust, which I just really appreciate. I think that's a reason why I love like longer romances. I think this is almost 500 pages. And what I like about longer romance books, and not every longer romance book does this as good, but we really have time to just believe in the characters' relationship, believe in their friendship. We get to know them more. And I just can't say enough good things about this book. I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving the FMC's relationship with Cliff's daughters. I love their dynamic. I love FMC's dog's dynamic. Like, you get to like kind of hear his thoughts, not in a magical way, but because it's just been Michelle and Rocket, her dog that was actually her ex-husband's dog. She feels like they're having like silent communications, and it should be cheesy, but it's not. It's just done so well, and that's all I can say is that this book is just written so well. It immediately has me wanting to look up to see if she has any other romance books, because I'm definitely going to pick them up and continue to read Julie Olivia. I just love it so far. That's it for the book update. So far today, I think there are a few things that I want to do as far as fall things. So I actually have over here in my kitchen, we have this huge island in our apartment, and I have this little vase here that I do really like, but I still have very much spring blooms in here, and I feel like it's kind of throwing off the vibe since I've got like all of my fall themed, Halloween themed stuff in the background. So I'd love to find like some fall blooms or branches or something. I think that Hobby Lobby is a great place to do that, because I always try to get my blooms there when they're on sale, and yeah, they just make a good price and they have really good stuff. What's nice about fall like blooms and leaves is you don't have to have a ton of them. Like, they can be sparse and it still looks good, whereas for spring I wanted that very full, so I definitely spent more money on that. The other thing that I was thinking about is, my room's kind of messy, don't judge me guys. I did make my bed though. I've been a queen at making my bed recently. I don't know why I said that. That was weird. But I've just been really good at making my bed in the morning. I don't know if you can kind of see it from where. Let me just stand this up. Okay, again, my room is just a little bit of a mess right now, but I just wanted to show you my bedding, which I didn't make my bed all that well. So, but here it is. And right now I have a Christmas pillow in the middle, which doesn't go, but it's just been on my floor, so I tossed it on there. But it feels kind of empty, just like with nothing in the middle, if that makes sense. Like, I do have my little pumpkin. Whoop! I do have my little pumpkin, but he's too small to just be sitting in the middle there. I feel like it looks awkward. I also feel like this pillow is too big. I've already got like the Euro-sized pillows here. I feel like we need a normal size pillow, and I'd like to find a nice one for fall to just put in there that can be there until Christmas, basically, until I switch this pillow back out or find a smaller one. So those are my thoughts. I honestly think I'm gonna end up back at Target and I was just there yesterday, which is hilarious. Just had a Mr. Darcy hand flex moment. I'm screaming.
Which one you want?
327?
You read a lot. You read fast.
So much. Guys, we're about to get a trope that I don't see very often, a little sub-trope, and if it happens like I think it's gonna happen, I'm so freaking excited, and that's gonna be like just the best ending to this book. I just love their relationship so freaking much. Oh my gosh, there's an epilogue and it's in the dog's perspective. I'm dying. That was so good. 5 stars.
I was about to say good morning, but it is no longer morning. It's more like noonish the next day, and I am finally checking in to give you my final review on If It Makes You Happy. I feel like this year I have read less contemporary romance books than I would have normally because I have been searching for a specific kind of book and I haven't really been finding it. There's a few authors that have been really doing it for me, and there's a lot of authors that just haven't. That might not have anything to do with them or their writing style. It's just, you know, what I connect with, what I want to find in a book, like those specific tropes that just make you go, yes, like this is my favorite thing to read about. Like it just makes you want to giggle, kick your feet, and you just have such a great time. Like those romance books that you read and you feel like you're just watching that movie in your head and you just are already thinking about how you want to rewatch it and you want to rewatch it and you want to reread it. That is exactly how I felt reading this book. I loved it, and I've already talked to you guys about how I do like a longer romance to have time to really connect with the characters, and I just felt like this author did such a good job with it. I was not bored. I was not thinking it was too long, even though it was almost 500 pages. I loved it, and I sincerely hope that she is going to come out with another book in this world or in this city. Even if it isn't, she's going to be an auto-buy author just because of how good of a time I've had with If It Makes You Happy. I actually literally told myself I was going to look up if she had any other books. So let me go grab my phone. I'm just going to look on Goodreads here and type in her name. Okay, wow, it actually looks like she has quite a few contemporary romance books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, we got a lot. We'll stop there. She has a lot of books. It looks like her next highest rated book is called Off the Hook, and it's in a series called Never Harbor. I will literally be checking that out very soon. But anyways, back to this book. I just had such a great time with it. I know I already told you guys a lot of my thoughts. Really, it's just continuing these thoughts. I love these characters. I felt like they were so well-rounded. I believed it. Like, I believed these were real people as I was reading it. And that is a mark of a good story, is that the characters are so well fleshed out that they felt real. I loved Cliff's daughters. I loved Cliff. Oh, I love him. I think he might be like my new #1 contemporary romance book boyfriend. Like, I hate that his ex-wife always made him feel like he was too loud, he talked too much, when he's just such a good and gracious guy. Oh, I just loved him, just like the perfect golden retriever. I really, really appreciated that it was pretty spice-free up until the ending. I honestly feel like we could have even done without, and that's how good this book was. Like, I liked that we waited and we had a payoff. It wasn't like my favorite scene ever, but again, that's just for me a mark of just a really good book, that it didn't need that. Like, it just stood on its own. So yeah, I just had a great time with it. As you saw me finishing it, there was a trope that I love in any type of books and movies. If you watch The Summer I Turned Pretty, we kind of got that at the end of it as well, which is where one of them goes to leave and like the other one runs after them. I absolutely love that. I'm not going to say any more. The specific way that it happens in this book is like top tier for me and my absolute favorite, just like little micro trope. But yeah, I just had such a great time with it, you guys. Like, I can't say enough good things about it. I want to move to Copper Run, Vermont. I don't even know if it's a real place, but I want to move there. Like, I just loved the descriptions of the places. I loved the little small town businesses. A lot of times when I read small town romances, they just come across as just like so cheesy, and I just don't like love or connect with them. But this did everything that all of those books were trying to do. Like, I don't know how else to say it other than I just loved it. And so it's just very fitting that this is a 5-star read for me, and it ended up being the book that helped me meet my Goodreads goal of reading 170 books this year, which is crazy. This is book number 170. I loved it. I also wanted to do a little check-in after going to try to find some blooms yesterday. I just need to say something that has been a theme throughout this video. We still have 2 weeks until Halloween, and everything fall decor is being cleared away for Christmas. The Hearth and Hand section at Target was completely empty. Like, I'm sure you saw in the video, it's just bare bones. All of the fall blooms are gone, and it's just kind of bugging me. I get that Halloween, there's only 2 weeks left of it, but we still have a full month of November, which you need fall decor for. So that was honestly such a bummer, but I did end up finding some on Amazon that my sister turned me on to, and I'll include a little video here so you can see exactly what they looked like. I'm so excited for them to come, and I'm super happy that we have some fall blooms that are going to be in our house now. On the same vein, Target's fall pillow collection, and I guess it's just, again, because I didn't shop in summer for fall, apparently, I just couldn't
find any that were looking that great, and I never want to just consume just to consume. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on pillows, and if I find one, I will definitely mention it in a future video. Drink break. This is honestly so good, by the way. A dirty soda just hits the spot sometimes. But that does bring us to the end of this fall video. I had such a great time with you guys. Thank you for coming along with me as I did a little bit of book browsing, looking at some home decor, putting it up around my house, and just getting ready for the season in general. And as I met my Goodreads goal and found a new 5-star, I feel like this was a very successful video. I love having a YouTube channel, and I just love being able to chat with you guys in the comments and just like meet new people through it. It's something that breaks up, I don't know what other word to use for it, but just the monotony of sometimes just the everyday. I just love doing it, and I'm so grateful that you guys are here. If you've made it to the end of this video, please leave me a little pumpkin emoji in the comments, and if you've made it this far, you are a real one. And as always, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!